Guys, Ray from Love Your RV and Boat. Got another update for you to our 2025 summer boating season. When I last left you, we had just arrived at this place, Kwatsi Bay. Let's see, it's just up here, right in here. So I have a little bit of footage from a kind of a dinghy trip we did around the bay. Kind of went around the bay and give you some views of the bay and also a pretty cool rock wall over here. But I've done videos for that before, so I didn't do too much there. Basically, it was kind of a stopover on our way to a new place that we haven't visited before, which is up here at Glendale Cove. So in this trip, we're going to show you some footage coming out of here and down this channel here. It's basically Tribune Channel, goes all the way down to Knight Inlet. We did spot a few humpbacks along the way. In fact, we found one over here that was kind of blowing and maybe doing some fishing, and one down here that was kind of sleeping. Then we went down through here. We took this narrow kind of path through here and had to kind of watch it. It's a little narrow and not too deep, but she did a good job navigating through there. And that got us out into Knight Inlet. Now, Knight Inlet is a very long glacier-fed inlet. You can see, I think it's something like 40 miles long to get to the head here. But we're not going all the way up there, especially in our slow boat. It would take a long time. Even took us around 2.5 hours maybe to go all the way up here to Glendale Cove. But we did get up where the water starts to change color, nice and turquoise. And we were able to get an anchorage spot in here. They have a Knight Inlet lodges here, and it's famous for its grizzly bear viewing. We did get able to anchor right in here, a little bit exposed, but it was around maybe 7 to 10 meters depth, so that's not too bad, because a lot of these places are very deep. And then at this end, you can't go very much closer because it shallows greatly right here. And this is where the bears live along this river here. They were kind of waiting for the salmon to come. So we were able to get down in here in our dinghy, and 2 different days we were able to view grizzly bears. There was a mother and cubs and another mother and cubs, actually. So that was pretty cool. Anyway, that'll be coming up in another video where I'll show you that. This is just sort of the video of our trip to there from Kwatsi Bay. So let's get to it. Sun's just about to peek over the steep mountains here in Kwatsi Bay. Still in the shade, even at 9:45. But the water's like glass this morning. So calm. Some beautiful reflections over here. Sunrise over Kwatsi Bay, finally. Get some power to our solar panels now. Anyway, I think what we're going to do today, another hour or so, is the lowest tide, so I'm going to put down the old dinghy and take a little look around the bay, see what we see. Just found a swallow's nest on this old boat shed. Oh, I saw one little head poke out.
It looks like they're tail feathers. I didn't see any beaks
Oh,
poke out.
there's... Oh, I can see a little one on the right.
It must be pretty little for their beaks not to be up.
Yeah, this dock hasn't changed much since last year. Just a little more run down. Swallows like it though. They have a nice little home here. They're quite the faces.
Yeah.
Wow. So we've dinghied out to this really pretty little islet out here. Sort of down at low tide, exposing some of the barnacles, mussels. We still have a dock and some houses over there, but nobody's there. Used to be a marina at one point. Anyway, the other 3 boats that we shared the anchorage with last night left early this morning, so at this point it's just us and this whole beautiful bay. Shows you how tall those hillsides are when you see our tiny little boat. Anne's photographer. He really likes this rock. Likes all the patterns and colors. is pretty cool. All the different layers, rock, colors, minerals, I guess, and lichen. I like this little, kind of almost a bonsai tree with all kinds of old man's beard hanging off of it. Somewhere back in here, there's a little creek coming out. One sea star hanging on. Hang in there, buddy. It's pretty neat the way the reflections are in the rock up there.
Cool.
Yep, we're gonna get a neighbor. Don't get the bait too long. Oh, we got another boat coming into the bay. Hear it echoing in the steep caverns. Better sit down, the wave's gonna come. Very yachty looking boat. Well, another enjoyable stay in Kwatsi Bay. Leaving a bit early this morning. Only one boat was with us in the whole bay, which is nice. Nice and peaceful. But we've got a long journey today. If we make it all the way, we might stop part way. But we're headed down to Knight Inlet. One of those turquoise glacier-fed inlets. And then we're going to get up to hopefully anchor in Glendale Cove. where Anne wants to hope to see grizzly bears. Please!
Grizzly bears!
Either way, it'll be a nice journey.
Should be lots of wildlife up there, I think.
And a new place.
Yep.
A little bit of low fog cloud today, but it's clearing up. Weather forecast is still holding for some pretty nice weather, so hopefully the weatherman is right and get some warm weather still. Last night, as we were sitting on the fly bridge, off in the distance we could see some humpback blows. I guess they're feeding out at the end of the bay here where it meets the channel, and they're still there. We saw some blows this morning, so you never know, we might see them as we go by. Seemed like there was 3 or 4 of them. Back over there. There's one. Came out of Kwatsi Bay there, and we've rounded it and continuing on in Tribune Channel. We're just passing another arm here that's called Bond Sound. There is a kind of an estuary at the end. We went up and explored it in one of our trips. It's kind of looked like maybe a native village or resort was up there. It's starting to burn off. See a little bit of blue sky, and the sun won't be too long. Nice and calm though. Well, we made it through Sargeaunt Pass there, and we're into Knight Inlet. Now it's going to take several hours to get up to Glendale Cove. Still pretty overcast, so can't quite see the color change in the water yet. If the sun was out, it would start looking quite green. Starting to look a little bit prettier now.
Starting to look a bit green.
Yeah.
Sky's clearing up. Distant mountains.
Wow.
It's nice.
Pretty.
Yeah.
Some humpbacks breaching way up there. Got this look really tiny from back here. No, it's not tiny.
It's a long way away.
Yeah.
That's at least 8 miles from here.
Yeah, he's banging
It'll literally take us an hour, more than an hour to get there.
He's banging his fluke.
Yeah.
Or his flipper. Yeah, he's flipper slapping.
Yeah, it's good.
Wow. I haven't seen that since Campbell River last year.
Don't wear yourselves out, guys. We won't be there for an hour.
Hard to keep the camera steady with this chop. Huh?
Fin splashes.
Yeah. It's a long way up this inlet, but we're getting closer. Another boat coming down. Looks like a nice big Norhaven maybe. Two more fast boats coming at us. Get quite a bit of kind of tour boats and water taxi boats coming up and down here. Really taking people up bear watching, grizzly tours into and from the resort. And we've been slowly watching these humpbacks over near the shore here. They were breaching earlier when we were a long way away. Now they're just sort of feeding, coming up and down every once in a while. Well, we've been motoring for about two and a half hours right up Knight Inlet here. It's a very long inlet. We're nowhere near the end, but we're not trying to get to the end. We're just trying to get to this place called Glendale Cove. Starting to get fairly close to it. Water's getting a lot more green as we get closer to the end where the glacier silt is coming out. Pretty scene. Nice little round island here. If we can't anchor in the cove, too many boats or whatever, we have kind of a plan B. We can go into this little bay and anchor. Well, we made it. Glendale Cove, Knight Inlet. That's further up the inlet there. This is the cove with Knight Inlet Resort on it. And this is the estuary at the end is where you'll see a lot of grizzly bears. Talking to a guy here, and he said the bears are actually pretty active right now in the estuary because the salmon haven't come yet, so we might be able to take our dinghy down there and see some bears coming out to forage on the estuary. Usually this time of year they'd be up the river a bit feeding on pink salmon, but so far the fish haven't showed up, so they're more likely to be on the estuary. We're just in an anchorage a little bit up from the estuary to get some shallower water. There's a lot of deep water around here, but this spot's not too bad. There's a few other boats here tied up. Supposedly some of the tour boats come here and they have mooring balls here, so they bring their bigger boat here and then they get into smaller boats when they take their tour. And it's quite regulated to protect the bears. So he came out and kind of gave us the rules and stuff like that. We're okay though, because we're just recreational boaters. They're more trying to keep all the tour operators in check, that sort of thing. But across the way there is a pretty fancy lodge. People go, they fly in, or they come in on water taxis, and then they can take marine life tours or tours up Knight Inlet, or a grizzly bear tours there. Looks like a pretty nice place. Anyway, wasn't too bad of a trip up the Knight Inlet. It's a long way on a slow boat. Took us from Kwatsi Bay pretty well around 6 hours to get here. The current was a little bit against us, so we were mostly doing around between 5 and 6 knots the whole way, but the wind was behind us, so that's a good thing. It was a pretty nice day too. Started out cloudy, but it cleared up, got up to around maybe 22 Celsius, around 70 Fahrenheit. But at times it was pretty warm. So stay tuned. Tomorrow we'll probably get in the dinghy and see if Anne can get some bear photographs, and I'll take my video camera along. We also might pull up anchor and journey further up Knight Inlet. There's supposed to be some really spectacular scenery a little further up. Sort of maybe do a day trip up there and then come back and anchor down here. It's a very long inlet. Stay tuned.